Oh yeah, baby. How do you do, Outrage crew? Sorry I'm a little late. Made a late audible at the line. Fired up that espresso maker. Alright, the Outrage Chancellor, he slept in, a ridiculous goddamn amount last night, and so, feels like kind of like 8 o'clock to me right now. And so we dipped into that little espresso maker. What's up, Mr. Dave Kranich? Hope you're feeling well out there. Hope you're making some goddamn progress. The Democrats aren't making any progress with this impeachment probe, but that's not the impression you would get by watching the corporate whore media. Now, would you, tax cattle? No, we cannot inform you of what your money is actually being spent on. Donald Trump, his mafia tactics. Oh my God, pointing out crimes. Oh my God, Trump, stop snitching. Joke's on you, cultural Marxist. That's what we elected him to do. Was to identify the criminals, dude. And he gave him a little tip there in the Ukraine. It'd be might be a good idea. I mean, I did see a YouTube video the other day of Joe Biden openly flapping his criminal lips about getting away with firing a prosecutor and withholding funds if they didn't fire the prosecutor, and the prosecutor was looking to investigate his son, and they did, and this is the part they cut out of the transcript. I know Hunter Biden, he's the family cokehead, and it's very very sad, very public downfall for Hunter Biden there, and he seems to need a lot of money, and so they hooked him up with a nice little cozy job over there in the Ukraine, and then it seems like the prosecutor had something to look into, I do believe. Dude, cokehead Hunter Biden needs his money. What up, Don Morgan? I don't run from nobody. You're the one that won't come on the stream and chat with the Chancellor. You want to hide out in the comment section. What up, Bradley Murray? I was laughing, dude, because I was listening back to one of the streams, and I was in the middle of saying that, we all abide, we here at the Outrage Cast, we abide by the non-aggression principle, and then I just threw in a quick aside. Except for Bradley Murray, who might just crack your skull if you're in Antifa, or, if you're fucking with his rose bushes, you might get that laptop bashed over your head, boy. Oh, you're living next to a beach boy. All right? He's that Limey Beach bad boy. But it is, he does have his arguments for the self-defense. All right, and so it can be in accordance with the non-aggression principle, but to the uninitiated, it looks like Bradley Murray is just a violent, crazy man out there, but it's only when he's provoked. All right, just let Bradley Murray be. Let him do his goddamn wheelies in the middle of the road, dude. Let him do his thing. Stay away from his goddamn rose bushes. What up, trees? Oh, shit, ladies and gentlemen. Hunter Biden's coke habit is on the tab for the taxpayer, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta get Hunter a nice little cushy job over there, He doesn't know anything about energy, but he's going into the goddamn, the energy company in Ukraine. Oh my God, how qualified. He's got easy access to political power here in the United States, and oh my God, how useful. Thank you, Hunter. We know you don't know shit about the company, but just, your daddy is, working on the foreign policy over here in Ukraine. It'd be nice and helpful. Dude, little known fact, Bradley Murray abides by the non-aggression principle. All right, it's very swift and it's very just self-defense, all right? And it shocks people, and it's fine, dude, because, you don't cross that line, dude. He's like Bugs Bunny in the goddamn Looney Tunes. He's drawing that line in the sand. Don't cross that one, and you cross it, and unlike Bugs Bunny, he doesn't lead you off a cliff. Bradley Murray, the first line you cross, he just bashes you with a laptop. Oh my God! So they released the transcript here. No mention from Trump of offering any money or offering any, lifts of any sanctions or any financial favors whatsoever. He just pointed out a couple of obvious Democrat crimes. The whole thing with CrowdStrike. You might want to look into that. They did wipe the server. Hillary said she wiped it with a cloth, I believe. I believe there was bleach involved. They acid bleach washed the server, and you ought to look into that. You remember when Trump said they bleached it? They acid washed it? I can't remember what his exact goddamn quote was. What up, Kevin Mitchell? Just pointing out some crimes, Might want to look into Hunter Biden. All right, he's got the white rings around his nose. I saw him at a charity event. It was very disgusting. His eyes were sunken in. All right. He had the missing top of his hair, just like his father, and they're both very greasy-faced criminal individuals that take after each other. And oh my God, dude! And now the entire media's in an uproar. Oh my God, Trump pointed out our crimes. Hunter Biden needs his cocaine and he needs his money, taxpayers. Pony up. Bradley Murray says Biden's son's my type of guy. Oh yeah, his ex-wife, he got divorced because of his coke habit, and she would look on his whatever it is bank statement, and she would see like multiple hotel rooms in a night, a bunch of alcohol purchases, and he was handing out some money to some ladies of the night. Because, of course, you're a miserable, white, privileged weirdo. All right. It was just not accomplishing a whole lot, but, oh, my God, is he's expected to. Oh, my God, he's so sad, Dad, your father was so successful. Your father is following the footsteps there, boy, and get out there and take on the world. And he's like, you know what? I hate my fucking dad. He's a sleepy, creepy fucking weirdo, I think I'm just gonna do some blow and cheat on my wife with some hookers. Fuck it, dude. Put myself into fucking millions of dollars in debt. Oh, but daddy's got my back. Oh my God. He's appointed in the Obama administration with dealing with foreign policies with Ukraine. Oh my God. Well, let's check out the Ukraine. Let's see what levers we can pull. And get him into this goddamn energy company where he has no background in the field. Get him in there, It's gonna be fun. All right, Hunter Biden, you give him $50,000 a month for that sniff, baby boy. Oh shit, he was partying good, boy. Oh, that's that senator son. I ain't no senator son. Oh, dude. Hunter Biden had a smooth goddamn ride, and he just put it all up his nose. But Papa pulling them strings until they had a prosecutor, all right, who started looking into the corruption at the goddamn company. Oh. And Mr. Biden took a trip over to Ukraine and said before he leaves, that prosecutor needs to be fired. Coincidentally, investigating my son. I'm trying to remain objective. I'm trying to remain objective. If I just, if anybody's daughter is present, can I just get a sniff of hair? Maybe your wife, possibly. Go ahead, punk. Make my day. Sleepy, creepy Joe Biden Eastwood. I need to sniff necks to stay awake. And, he's a vampire neck sniffer. And he said 6 hours, dude. I'm leaving in 6 hours. We need that prosecutor fired. All right, my son's got a healthy coke habit. And he's gonna keep it going, dude. Fuck. What's happening, Outrage crew? I hope y'all had a beautiful beautiful Thursday out there. Oh no, it was Wednesday, wasn't it? We just take over to Thursday. I gotta get the fame. Y'all heated up in the goddamn Outrage Studios, dude. Identifying the criminality. It's just so goddamn heated. Oh, the criminal activity and rantingly, like Drudge Report has Drudge Report. Let's check out the difference. I like to check out these news aggregators. Drudge Report is basically reporting this like it's the goddamn apocalypse. Whistleblower raises alarm over White House handling of Ukraine call records developing, and that's the big MSN. There's one big New York Times propaganda shitstorm. America braces for impeachment. Rantingly seems to be a little more optimistic here. A lot of people saying, obviously, the transcript shows no wrongdoing by the president. Full transcript is right there. Cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike called out in Trump Ukraine call transcript. Yeah, dude, that was like, I think that was what CrowdStrike investigated the Democratic National Committee's hack in 2016. Yeah, they're obviously they weren't looking too hard to find corruption in the 2016 DNC, dude. And apparently there's this individual, what is his name? The Intelligence Community Inspector General, Mr. Atkinson. I think they're saying, he's the official who accepted the ridiculous premise of a hearsay whistleblower complaint, an intelligence whistleblower who was blowing the whistle based on secondhand information of a phone call without any direct personal knowledge. And the Democrats are not, the left and the whole media is like, they're not skipping a beat. They're like, oh my God, he's probably going to be impeached because talking to foreign leaders and saying the sky is blue, pointing out that these Democrats are obviously criminal and corrupt. Pointing out that Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden are corrupt. And that, Hunter Biden, has a lustful nose, dude. It's common knowledge. Pointing out reality to another foreign leader. Oh my God, the unspeakable high crimes. Oh my God, dude. They continue to stomp on the rake and it smacks him in the face. What the fuck? What's going on, Florida Stacker? I got this, I posted it up on the Discord. I got the Stacker's care package, dude. It is a beautiful sterling silver coin with a Superman logo on one side and Elizabeth II on the other. And that is a damn valuable coin right there and a beautiful piece of currency. And he said, start your stack with that. And god damn right. Very much thanks goes out to the Florida Stacker. That's a hell of a little care package there. We appreciate the physical super chat, dude. Dave Krennic says, having your dad smell you your entire life would fuck up any child. Oh my God, as soon as he hears that, he gets triggered. Oh my God, that's why he needed to sniff the cocaine, because it's his physical trigger to hear his dad, and he would think he's by himself, and then all of a sudden it would be, Hunter, what are you doing? And it would freak him the fuck out. And so that's his trigger. That's why he drifted over to the cocaine there, And he does this, he gets all coked up with the hookers and then, sniffs their necks too. It runs in the family. What up, Breck Favre? He's come back after, we gave him we made Brett Favre walk the plank last night on the Outrage Battleship, and in the end he just decided to jump off the plank himself, all right, and there's nobody wanted to see his dick pics, nobody wanted to demonize the particular demographics that he was interested in, What's up, David? Dave Krennic says, I hope I live long enough to see the 2020 election. I want to see the riots that the Democrats will start because they lost another election. Oh, dude, it's coming. Oh, it's coming round the mountain when it comes. Oh, it's coming round the mountain when it comes. And we shall be here on the deck of the Outrage Battleship, laughing it up. Oh, dude. Well, Don Morgan and Brett Favre like each other. You guys should find a nice little chat roulette room there and watch each other jerk off. And oh my God, the fun that will ensue. Oh, dude. And it seems like you guys are holding out for your government-issued pussy from Bernie Sanders. And it's fine. All right, just get in line with everybody else. Rosie O'Donnell will fuck you all. All right. Brett Favre wouldn't take Bernie Sanders' money. He doesn't trust that goddamn Brooklyn Jew there. He doesn't trust him. And that's when, even a broken clock is right a few hours a day, dude. David says it's interesting to see the battle between the socialist left and the neoliberal demo party machine. Yeah, I mean, I don't see how Biden can win the nomination now. It's got to be Elizabeth Warren because she's the only one with a redeeming identity politics quality of being a woman. But at the same time, she's got the identity politics Achilles heel of, the whole Pocahontas affair there. That I think Trump will probably not refer to her as anything else but Pocahontas during the debate. To the point where she will have to embrace it and put, a traditional headdress on to walk out on the debate stage to get any goddamn respect. Oh, Brett Favre says, anyone still fluffing Trump is a shill for or hopelessly brain dead. Oh, well, the ad hominem arguments that are not backed up by any logic or evidence. The predictive programming is too obvious. So, yes, Trump is controlled by the same, Brett Favre thinks, Jewish influences that run all the media and are in all the politicians' pockets that supposedly hate Trump all day long on the goddamn news, dude. Your doublethink is not inspiring. I am not impressed with your doublethink. And just saying that Trump is good for Western civilization is not fluffing Trump. We still have major goddamn disasters impending. Trump is a barrier that was quickly constructed by the high IQ individuals. And a lot of dumb people voted for Trump, but most of the tuned in high IQ individuals voted for Trump because they know that we needed a break from the cultural Marxist insurgency and the rising, out of control goddamn government in both directions with entitlements and with the military industrial complex. We're being spread thin and the economy is on the brink of collapse and we have a goddamn all this debt and the Federal Reserve is just afraid to raise rates and just to keep the money, low, and oh my God, who knows what's going to happen. Keep the borders open, flood the welfare state, put everybody on the welfare state, free health care for illegal immigrants, free health care for everybody. We're paying for it all. Free shit for everyone. We cannot let that agenda get in. Or we would not have an economy to try and improve. Don Morgan is not high IQ enough to realize the truth of the quote, most of the tuned in high IQ people voted for Trump. Oh, he doesn't get it. And it's fine, dude. And that's why we ignore Don Morgan. Unless he wants to come on the goddamn Skype and get ripped to shreds in a goddamn verbal argument. We shall open the Skype. All right. We shall post a number for anybody who wants to call in. And get dismantled. And I probably should save the Outrage number here, but I got to go look it up in goddamn Discord. I know Alan James posted it a while fucking back. Here we go. Come on, god damn it. Did I scroll past it? I must have scrolled past this shit. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to find Alan James' post here about the goddamn phone number. And I can't find it. It seems like Alan James has goddamn deleted it. But I'm Nick Jordan on the Skype, dude. NickJordan84@gmail.com. That should be searchable. And if anybody knows the Outrage phone number, and if Alan James should be in here shortly. Oh shit! What up, Clean Talking? Don Morgan's trying his third grade tactics of calling me a pussy if I don't watch a link. It's a good way to get me to never watch the link. David says, this does not bode well for Bernie supporters who are looking for a leftist version of Trump really shaking things up. This does not bode well. What? Trump hasn't been the candidate we all hoped he would be. Yeah, he's just staving off whatever the other side is. That's all Trump was to begin with. Anything else on top that Trump actually gets done is fucking gravy. Like, what Trump has done just defending himself against these illegitimate attacks has been immaculately, illustrative of what he was really talking about when he talked about draining the swamp, and what most of the high IQ tuned in individuals that I was talking about had already recognized. That the intelligence agencies, that the political establishment, that all these special interests, that all these lobbyists, all the neocons and the rising, socialist psychos on the left, they're all corrupt as hell. And the whole system is fucked. And so that's, if there was an outsider president, imagine, in a fictional universe where there was an outsider president that came in and the deep state was against him, how would it look? Exactly like what's happened. They would do a 2.5 year bullshit investigation, almost 3 year bullshit investigation, find zero evidence in Russian collusion. And they all did it to cover up the Hillary the uranium scandal with the Russians. And her donations through the Clinton Foundation. And to cover up all the, horrible, disasters she presided over as Secretary of State. No, it's the Russians hacked it. That was their goddamn platform. And they've come after Donald Trump in the way you would expect. Texting back and forth with each other, oh my God, we're going to take him out. We got the insurance policy. Oh, it's all lined up, dude. It's going to be perfect. Yes, we're going to unseat him and maybe the 25th Amendment and all this scheming and theorizing and possibly this and that, and every move scrutinized until the end of time. And they're trying to take him out. That's what would happen if an outsider president that wasn't connected to the deep state came in. But the whole thing is about avoiding the psychotic, encroaching cultural Marxist agenda. And Trump has been doing a good job of exposing how full of shit the media complex and the intelligence agencies are when these journalists call themselves journalists. We just report anonymous sources. And how corrupt the FBI is when James Comey comes up to Donald Trump the first time they meet, and, you know, he has the horseshit, fake fan fiction, terrible, you know, attempt at a James Bond novel idea, the Steele dossier. Where Christopher Steele does a wannabe James Bond. Tell me, Hillary, what shall the report entail? She's like, I don't give a fuck. Say he pissed on Russian hookers. Say they pissed on him. Just make some shit up. Right then. But didn't you want me to go and interview Russians about possibly things that actually did happen? Just make it up. You limey fuck. You know, it just... And James Comey has that report in his hand. Comes up to Donald Trump and is like, well, it'd be a real shame if this got out to the media. Those are the mafia tactics that they're accusing Trump of today. Trump didn't offer any favors or any goddamn money to the Ukrainians, but, you know, James Comey is, you know, oh, he rode off into the sunset as the FBI director. God damn it, that evil Trump, he fired him. Oh my God, the outrage. You know... Fired him for, you know, using a false piece of propaganda to try and blackmail the president. Oh, my God. How dare he? How dare Donald Trump even complain? The Obama administration, in coordinates with the NSA, is just obviously spying on Donald Trump's campaign. You know? The goddamn deep state hates Donald Trump, and Brett Favre can't understand it, dude. What up, Tatiana? Tree says, Don Morgan, are you going to kill yourself when Trump wins? Well, he already, you know, lays himself over the coals every night on the Outrage battleship, so... He does seem to have you know, an impulse for self-harm there, and it's sad. All right, these are shark-infested cultural Marxist high seas out here. And he's walked the plank so many times, dude, he's risking it. Dave Krennic says, Bradley, do you have the Skype number? Yeah, where the fuck is the Skype number? Oh, here we go. Let me see. God damn it. I know it's on the Discord somewhere. There's no reason Alan James would have deleted it. Come on. I see the midgets. Let me bring up the picture of the midgets real quick. Look, dude. Are you trying to tell me you wouldn't go there? I mean, especially with the Doritos, that looks like a very fun night. All right, get the pajamas out. You know, let's watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You know, you can dress up like the Oompa Loompas, whatever you want. I need to get him a little miniature stove to make me some goddamn fajitas or something, dude. Look at these ladies right here. God damn, these super thick midgets, dude. Fuck. That's a troublesome twosome right there, son. Clean Talking John is all over it. God damn it, I cannot find where Alan James wrote the goddamn number. Sorry for the delay, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's up here somewhere. Here we go. I finally found it. All right, let me save this shit. All righty. In the notepad, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Outrage call in. All right. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the number. If you would like to call in and engage in some philosophical jousting here. All right. Don Morgan is pretending like he doesn't understand commonly understood political terms. Like, what is the deep state? Oh, it's only the most reported on political phenomenon in current times since Donald Trump has been, elected, and years before that, then people were talking about the deep state complex. It's called the holdover political establishment that is rooted in and corrupt and bought off, and the influence that is sold. Oh, what's happening, Bradley Murray? Oh shit, what up, you pirate bastard?
What's happening?
How the fuck you feeling out there, dude?
Alright, just finished work not long ago. Having a quick beer of joint with the Outrage crew.
Yes, sir.
Got some nice Stellas, a few Budweisers, a nice bag of Blue Bear.
Yeah, I got beers in the fridge. I might, after this espresso, I might tap into the little Miller High Life I got in there, or the Miller Lite, something.
How can you drink coffee and then a beer after it?
Well, yeah, I would have had to eat something, but I just came home. I had a goddamn protein shake, and I was, I was looking at all the beers, and I hit some weed at the fourth wall. Somebody was passing around a little joint there, and I took a little toke before I went on stage. I had a pretty good fucking set, and I know I'm building up what I'm going to talk about at the Death Row show on Saturday. It's going to be a lit ass show. Oh my god, it's going to be fun.
What is it? A new show that you're doing?
It's let me pull up the poster here. I think I just deleted. Here we go. Check this out, dude.
I can't see nothing. I've got you on pause. 1 minute.
Right there, son.
1 minute. Can't see it.
Ah, fuck.
I'm like a few. I think I'm like a couple of minutes behind on the live stream.
Yeah.
So what you been up to today?
Oh, went out there and got some Postmates in a little bit.
I don't even know what Postmates is.
It's just delivering food. So I go to.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Hey, that's just come up now.
Oh yeah, and I don't know where it is. I think I just fucking deleted it or some shit. It's gone.
I can see it now. I've just seen it.
And I tried to move it, and I don't know where the.
It's like you got Dr. Dre in the corner, there.
Yeah, dude. That's that shit right there. That's gonna be our fucking show.
Gotta have some balls to get on the stage. I'm telling you, fuck that. I have to be drunk to go on the karaoke.
What do you sing when you sing karaoke?
Two Hearts. Bit of Phil Collins, you know.
Oh, dude, Bradley up there letting his emotions go. I like that, dude. Here's the.
Especially when there's girls there, you just kill it off with it. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, dude, absolutely. So here it is. Here it is one more time. I'm trying to get the whole thing in frame. There we go. The fucking Death Row comedy show, dude. And yeah, we look like Suge Knight, fucking Snoop Dogg. Clean Talking John's picture fits on the poster too goddamn well. It looks like the shit was designed for him, and it's ridiculous. But that dude Chris Harrison, he's from Seattle, Washington. He's funny as hell. And yeah, we're gonna have bottles of liquor and pizza. Come on out to the fourth wall. Anybody out there in LA? It's gonna be.
Are you doing the show at the place?
Yeah. We're renting the space out. And yeah, dude, we're gonna rock it out at the motherfucking fourth wall. But unfortunately, Kevin Power Jr., all right, we were going to offer him a goddamn spot on the comedy show, and, Aaron Freeman's not in here to appreciate it. Aaron Freeman's always trashing Kevin Power's comedy. But Kevin Power, we were wanting to have him on the show, because he's so hip-hop oriented. But he's bumming out because he's got to work and he's broke all the time. I'm like, dude, everybody's broke. But it's like, we can't get him to, commit to it. So we're like, all right, man, he's working and shit. All right, he's not going to be on the show. But we're going to have
do you think he took all the rip into hand off the Outrage crew?
Well, it was a tough, first exposure when we streamed that set. The War Drum set. And I know you said you kind of liked it. He, it was nothing to be really ashamed about, but that was his first introduction to the Outrage crew, was bombing at the fourth wall.
Listen, you gotta have balls to get on the stage. I don't care if 2 people stood there, me. I need balls to do it in an empty room.
What's up, Simply A? Yeah, you get over it after a few times. The first time I ever went up on stage, I totally blanked out and forgot everything I was going to say. In Oklahoma, I had this whole thing written out, and it was springtime, and I was talking about, it was springtime, and it's nice to see the titties are back out in springtime. All the women are bringing the titties back out. It's springtime, dude. And so that was my main thing, and then it led to something else. And I got up there and I said the first sentence. I was like, the titties are coming out in spring. And then I totally forgot where the fuck I was going with it. And everybody was looking at me like, what were you going to say about the titties? And I was just, it was the first time being on stage, them lights hit you. And it's kind of blinding. You can't see anybody's face in the crowd. They're all just silhouettes. And so you get lost in that light the first time on stage, dude. And I had shit written down. I was editing it 2 minutes before I went up there. It's a total fucking mess. But I just bombed, and I had to shit on myself the rest of my set about me forgetting my own shit. And so it went about as bad as it could go the very first time. And then I went off, and everybody was supportive. They were like, yeah, glad you got that one out of the way. That'll probably be the worst one that ever happens. And so but what it does is it makes you make sure that doesn't happen next time. And so if anything, I'm gonna be fucking over prepared.
When I was in primary school, I was always the stage guy, or on the stage I was the stage guy or the sound guy.
Yeah.
I was never done getting on the stage playing fucking Peter Pan and all that shit.
Yeah, dude. I was, until I started getting up every night. It was it was weird because I did theater in college when I went to the state college I went to in Oklahoma, and we did theater plays, and there was this one theater play. It was kind of like Saturday Night Live. It's called All in the Timing, and so it's different sketch scenes that you do and you act out. And I told the director of the play that I wanted to be a stand-up, and he was like, he thought that was really cool, and so he's like, you know what, how about this idea, let's do the sketches, but then in between the sketches, let's have the actors do stand-up. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then he was like, yeah, I'm gonna need you to open the show and do 15 minutes. And I was like, yeah, sure. I was never done stand-up before ever. And 15 minutes is something you're supposed to do when you're you've done it for 4, 5, 6 years. And you've gone to a lot of open mics. And you're opening a big theater show and doing 15 minutes of stand-up. And so we had these rehearsals. And dude, I was embarrassing the shit out of myself in these rehearsals. I would come there with all these notes, and I would bring my notes on stage. And I did all this goofy shit. I would try characters that I barely knew how to do, and then I was doing Charlie Chaplin shit where I was falling on purpose, dude. I would come out on stage and just trip and fall on purpose, and one time I did it and fucking nobody laughed, and I just had to pick myself up just in fucking silence in front of the rest of the cast, dude. Alan James.
Is that the teacher that showed you the encouragement to do it?
Yeah, he put it in the show because I wanted to do stand-up. And I ended up not doing that opening set because I was overthinking it. And I'd never done an open mic before. What I needed to do was go to an open mic and practice. But I was just like coming out in these rehearsals in front of the cast. And like, it just was not working. And so he's like, all right, we got to cut Nick's stand-up. So I didn't even end up doing stand-up on the fucking show. And so, my whole, thing out here in LA has been to get revenge for those goddamn original failure moments in stand-up. And I laugh because Alan James says Nick played Tinkerbell in his high school play.
Is Alan awake now, yeah?
Yeah, Alan's up, dude. But I did play Leon Trotsky, though. I did play Leon Trotsky in the Multiple Deaths of Leon Trotsky is what it was. He was that he was that leader in Russia, in like the communist guy who had to defect and get away from Stalin, and Stalin sent a hitman to kill Leon Trotsky while he was living in Mexico. And the guy snuck up behind Leon Trotsky and smashed him in the head with a pickaxe. And
we used to play Henry VIII, and we used to have to bring the girls out and execute them on the stage. Want to get a head chopped off, want to get hung from the quartered, sick, real sick shit.
Oh, dude, that's a pretty morbid fucking play.
It's the best play ever. You bring your girlfriend out and publicly execute it in front of your mum.
It's very misogynistic, all right? I'm glad they got rid of that play, all right? Toxically masculine behavior, But for the Leon Trotsky, the costume had a big pickaxe that went through my head, and I did the whole play with a pickaxe in my fucking head, But it's like, and I view it as kind of like Michael Jordan not making his high school basketball team, dude. It's driven me, all right, and I'm coming after the GOAT status of my goddamn generation. Yesterday, and it's like not good enough. They just fucking cut it off. Well, that's for I was past due a month. It's supposed to be like $65 a month, which is already expensive. But I was like overdue a month. But I made the fucking payment. Damn it. And I want to see if it's because, like, I haven't downloaded any movies or anything. That's what happened. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because it's no internet. And now all of a sudden we're back. Are we back? I don't know what the hell happened. All right, call back in on the desktop. Are we here? Jesus Christ, ladies and gentlemen, what the hell? Spectrum is fucking with me. I made a payment yesterday. These goddamn cunts. I was pretty goddamn sure they cut me off, alright? I made a payment yesterday, those motherfuckers. What is the goddamn deal, dude? What up, Skeezer? I think I need a goddamn beer after the fucking internet crash bullshit. Let's get into the goddamn Miller Lite. Jesus Christ, ladies and gentlemen. Don Morgan says, made a payment. Boy, if you don't pay that whole bill. No, dude. I was overdue a goddamn month. All right, but I paid half of that shit down. All right, they had the amount that's like must pay now to avoid cancellation. I fucking I made that payment. But apparently that was just a random interruption there. I don't know what the fuck happened. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what the fuck happened. And Don Morgan says they're talking about the difference between the reaction to Trump, like leftists go insane against Trump, and Don Morgan is idiotically making the comparison about conservatives going insane under Barack Obama. And it's not the same at all. All right, conservatives complained a little bit, but they were way too scared to be called racist by the media because the media steadfastly, protected Barack Obama. Every channel except Fox News, pretty much. And most of the shows on Fox News would make a bunch of excuses for Obama, too, and his goddamn treasonous activity, selling the country out to the big banks and funding, arming, and training ISIS, and, keeping the big shit show going on over there, destabilizing regimes, and making a big fuck-fest hornet nest out of the Middle East. Oh. And the reaction to Trump has been all the more hysterical because they were trying to get their goddamn communist agenda instituted. All right, they're working their way through the institutions, the long march through the institutions, dude. And, they're trying to, indoctrinate your children and get you to be a nice little tax cattle there and, learn that you don't know how to spend your money. All right, and you need Bernie Sanders to come in and tell you how to spend your money. Bernie knows how to spend your money. I got a plan to spend it all. Oh, but I'm going to call it free shit because the people that are dumb enough to vote for me, they're not paying into the tax system. They're not contributing any value to the market. They just think money is evil and oppressive because they can't provide any value to anybody else. They have no skills. They can't get any pussy. I'm here to tell you, you like the Affordable Care Act. I'm here to give you, Bernie is going to give you the Accessible Pussy Act. All these women, they're going to have to pony up, or at least one. And you get in the line for the government pussy, and you get down there, and you're very excited. Oh my God, the government pussy, Standing in line like it's a goddamn, Marvel Universe movie. And of course, it turns out it's Rosie O'Donnell's pussy. She's giving it all up to the burnouts, dude. That was very goddamn annoying with the internet. Dave Krennic says, at Don Morgan, how does it feel to be a worthless sack of skin spreading more lies than Trump will ever say? The country is finally bouncing back to from all the retarded policies that Dems approve of. Yeah, I mean, just the market confidence of Trump being in there and his business acumen has lifted the markets up, and we have one of the healthier productive economies in recent memory. It's just, he hasn't accomplished all of the goddamn gravy that we wanted from Trump, and that's why everybody's like, oh my God, he's deep state, he's corrupt, he's a Jew, he's a Russian, What up, AJ? And it's like, no, he's just the quickly assembled beaver dam of the high IQ individuals of this goddamn country who are interested in protecting individual freedom and defending Western civilization. We quickly constructed him, and we're like, dude, get up there. We want the you're fired guy. He's famous enough and he's rich enough because to not need the special interest donations, to not need the big banks on his side. And he got it done. He didn't need to sell out for goddamn marketing campaigns. He took on the entire deep state and leftist media complex himself and won. And anybody who hates on that, you just don't trust your own capacity as an individual to provide to the market and do something incredible like Trump did. You don't think you can do that, but you desperately want to, so you secretly envy it. And it comes out in the form of resentment. Because you're so cucked that you can't just take action to educate yourself and look at the world around you. You're enveloped in the mist of the cultural Marxist propaganda, and isn't it fun to pretend? Oh, everybody wants to pretend, dude. We got Western civilization to protect. We don't have time for your goddamn fantasy land horse shit with your free, bribery politicians. Fuck your mother and her asshole, Don Morgan. No, we enjoyed Don Morgan's pushback. It's fine, dude. It's fun dropping leg drops on him repeatedly. Alright, but it does get old. I mean, do call in. If you're not a total spineless jellyfish, do get eviscerated. Alright, you know what it is, dude. Oh. Yes, Don Morgan is the most stick-up-his-ass black dude I've ever met in my life. He just doesn't know how to have fun, dude. Donald Trump this is the funnest presidency we will ever experience. Have a goddamn laugh, dude. Donald Trump is president. It's hilarious. And the entire corrupt establishment, of politicians and intelligence agencies and, lobbyist criminals and special interest criminals and banker criminals. Oh my God, they all hate him. Isn't it fun? Oh my God, dude. Don Morgan says, so hate me all you want, but the shit I support is making progress while you guys are going backwards. Oh my God. Progress by increasing taxes and giving the government more money while we're going on $25 trillion in debt. Oh my God, they're so efficient with how they spend their money. Don Morgan doesn't trust himself to spend his own money, but he doesn't think about it in this way because he's getting the free shit in this equation of the socialist ransacking there. So he's on the other side of the thievery, so he doesn't see it as stolen money. And so, he just wants his free shit. Because he's 20 years old, and he hasn't learned how to provide value to the goddamn market yet. And he doesn't understand economics. And it's fine. And it's fine, dude. You want your free shit. You want your stolen goods. You're cheering on Robin Hood, and it's very cucked out, and it's very gay, dude. It's fine. But yes, Don Morgan has an incredible stick up his ass, and it's very weird for a black dude. I mean, loosen up, dude. We're currently living under the blackest president we've ever had. How many rap videos has Barack Obama been in? How many rappers shouted him out? How many gold-plated buildings does he have? How many private jets with his name on the side of it does he have, dude? Everything's fucking gold. Donald Trump is super goddamn hood rich. How many porn stars has Barack banged, dude? I bet Trump strapped up the Reebok pumps when he banged fucking Stormy Daniels. He slipped out of his wingtips, dude, and he got real gangbang brother style. He took the pants off, left the Reeboks on with the goddamn, with the high white socks. And he got some traction on that floor, dude, when he was digging into Stormy. Dude. All gold, everything, dude. He had a gold goddamn condom. Oh, dude. It's that God Emperor dick down. Alright, here comes Bradley Murray again.
Okay.
What's up, Bradley? Glad to be back with you.
Hey, Don just wanted to find out his little Paki accent. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He probably has a weird accent.
Good. Come on, man. Don't do it to me now, Don. Don't do it to me.
Well, he says he's a black dude.
Yeah. No, he's a brown dude.
You think so? Do you think that Don Morgan works at a 7-Eleven that nobody goes to because he has a shitty attitude and he watches the Outrage cast while he's sitting at the 7-Eleven?
Yeah, that's what I think he is, that. After mama, tell him how funny all means.
AJ says, what the hell is white nationalism anyway? Well, there's nothing wrong with being white. There's nothing wrong with being a nationalist. in terms of supporting the principles of your country. That's what I think of being a nationalist as.
I think white nationalists, because I go to a lot of nationalist rallies, sort of.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of black guys there.
Yeah.
It's blacks and whites all the time.
And so they try to make you seem like a Nazi because you're white and because you support the principles of your own culture. Like, just being a nationalist doesn't mean that, you know, you support the government rulership in that area. It means, no, the principles of your civilization, of your culture. In America, that's individual freedom. And in general, in Britain, that's individual freedom. We want to be able to control, if we're at least going to have these ruling criminals over us, we want to be able to voluntarily choose what, you know, who gets in there. And we want to...
Sort of what I think, you think sort of what I think. I think charity starts at home. You know?
Charity starts at home?
Yeah. If we're going to fucking send billions to India with a space program, why can't we get all the homeless off the streets? You know?
Oh, yeah. That's what you mean. Yeah. Well, they have no priorities because it's all about what's going to make them money. Like, there's no money in, you know, in the government working to fix poverty because they have this whole program called the welfare system that is designed and people have these jobs set up in taking care of the perpetual problem that is poverty. If poverty, you know, ceases to exist, all those people that are working those government jobs in the welfare system, they don't have jobs anymore. Their entire incentive, their entire paycheck is only because of the existence of poverty. And so once you have a government agency set up, they're going to be inefficient on their face because they're stealing your money and they're not providing value to the market. But either way, they have no incentive to actually fix the problem.
If you look around yourself, though, you'll see single mothers everywhere. You know, they kick the guy out of the house. You just kick him out. They say you're not getting no welfare unless if he's in the house, you can't get it. And that's what's fucked it all up. You know, you've got all these single mothers running around with these fucking crazy nutter kids, you know?
Yeah, and you know, and they're always looked at as perpetual victims, but it's like they have to have some personal responsibility. Don't fuck the guy who's not going to stay and be a father without a goddamn condom. You can decide not to fuck him.
Without a job.
Yeah. It's like...
You know, but I can't say that because I was in prison when I had my kids.
But, you know, you're not...
I've worked all my life, but I've been in and out of prison. I work for my family, so I'm like one of them work for the family type of guys. So I don't have to go on a job interview or none of that shit.
Yeah. That's good, dude. You keep it in the goddamn family, all right? But you're there. You're not running away from the situation. You know, but women have to, you know, they're the ones who let you fuck, all right? They're the access granters, all right, to the honeypot, all right? And so, you know, there's all this blame on deadbeat dads. But it's like, yeah, if you let a crazy dude bang you with no condom, you might get pregnant, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, but I don't get on with my kid. We get on when we don't live together. So I just got my own place, man.
You need
I'm
a little...
still with her, but I got my own place. I can't cope with that shit. I can't be in at 7 o'clock at night, mate. You know, I've got things to do.
I totally understand, dude. I totally understand. I know, you know, a lot of dudes from back home in Oklahoma that are kind of in that similar situation. They don't get along with, you know, the girl that they first had a kid with, and then the situation with the kid is weird, and it's a rough goddamn situation to get into. That's why I'm kind of glad I didn't get laid in high school, you know, because I didn't have that whoopsie daisy accident situation, you know. But it could happen at any point in your goddamn life.
Me and my friend got excluded from school for getting laid.
You got what?
Everyone found out, yeah, and told the teachers, man.
You got
me and my friend got a chew in the forest, man.
You got sent home?
I got excluded for a week. He said that I was a sexual deviant. But obviously.
You said you were in the forest?
Yeah, I was in the forest getting shoes. Me and my friend have two sisters.
Oh, dude, that's super.
The whole school found out. Yeah, me and him got excluded.
But only for a week.
Yeah, for the whole week, man.
Dude, that's well worth it. That's like a week, like a victory lap, and then you come back like a king. Like you're the one that fucked in the trees.
Nah, I didn't come back like a king.
You were a deviant.
Yeah, everyone's like, okay, what you doing, yeah?
None of the other girls, liked it.
Yeah, they loved it, man.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying.
We even met us on the Friday. It was like a Wednesday when it happened.
That's fucking hilarious, dude.
It's the way it is, man.
My
school was fucked up, though.
I imagine.
Like, real fucked up.
Mine was just very boring. Like that was the fucked up element of it, and there was a lot of propaganda. My schools didn't have a lot of like violence or crazy sex shit.
Nah, we had violence. I nicked the school ice cream van.
Say one more time.
I nicked the school ice cream van.
You met this girl where?
No, I nicked the school ice cream van.
Oh, you stole the ice cream van.
Yeah, I started doing handbrakes on the floor.
Dude, that's how Bradley Murray was getting pussy. He was handing out them goddamn popsicles. Oh my god, dude. Oh, that's fucking funny. Did you turn?
My school was pretty fucked up.
Did you turn the music on while you were driving it?
Nah, it had no radio, man. It had a fucking Walkman thing in it.
Well, I'm talking about don't the ice cream trucks in Britain?
Oh yeah.
Don't they have the music? Yeah. Oh my god! I think Bradley Murray just confessed to being a pedophile. How disgusting! All right, he was going around trying to get on his Joe Biden activity with the goddamn ice cream truck, dude.
Hey, what's up with that Joe Biden's eyeball?
Oh, the red eyeball? He definitely looked like the goddamn Terminator.
What the fuck is that?
It's called being 77 years old and a criminal and guilty of everything.
You eyeball Paul in some vodka, innit?
Let's look at the red eye one more time, because that was funny, dude.
That is nasty, bro.
Oh, dude. What the fuck is happening? Oh, god damn it. They want me to turn the pop-up blocker off. Go fuck your mother. There he is right there. That's that predator mode. That's that deep state predator.
Oh my god. Don Morgan, he's proper like on it, innit? Like, he must do all day. Like, think of stuff, what he can come up with. He must research stuff all day on his Democratic side. And then just come out with it.
Well, dude, do you know the funniest thing is like the lifestyle of his son. His son is what I was titled the stream. Cokehead Hunter Biden needs his money because he got divorced and his wife came out and was talking about it. And Stefan Molyneux had this big presentation on it today. And he came out, or his ex-wife came out and said, "Oh, he was a hardcore drug addict, like he did cocaine all the time, and he was like out there cheating on her with hookers and renting all these hotel rooms, and he was a drunk too, and all this shit, dude. And he was like all this deep in debt. And then Joe Biden was controlling the foreign relations with Ukraine. He was appointed, in the Obama administration to deal with Ukraine." Diplomatically, and his son gets appointed to this energy company in Ukraine.
Oh, I know.
And it's like he's got no qualifications, and it's like
he sat the prosecutor that was investigating him.
Yeah, dude.
That's insane.
Oh my god! And then so we're supposed to impeach Trump for Joe Biden's Terminator red eye goddamn crimes and his cokehead son, dude. Go fuck your mother.
I think Trump planned this. Because now we're all talking about Biden and Ukraine, you know?
Yeah, nobody would have ever looked into this story if the left didn't step on the rake once again.
I reckon Trump is the mole.
Oh yeah, he leaked it to the media, so he knew they would try to impeach him, and now this whole scandal is coming out.
Yeah, that's what I think he done.
Oh, that's some of that 4D chat.
Like.
Yeah, dude, that's some of that 4D chat.
All over the BBC now, they're like trying to like make out like Biden's some like nice guy, and he got roped into it by his son, you know.
Well, he got an 8-ball from his son, and they talked about it, one night, and they hatched the plan. Oh, son, we're gonna get you $50,000 a month. You'll be banging so much hooker pussy. Oh my God, you're just gonna fall.
Well, the kids though, they're doing it with Ukrainians though.
Oh man.
You understand that they're corrupt as fuck?
Oh, dude, what the fuck?
Hey, I've travelled Europe. Ukrainians have corrupt me. I got arrested there once, right? And I only paid $40 to get out. £40. It was £35.
What'd you get arrested for in Ukraine?
They said that my passport was out of date. I said, listen, man, you're in the wrong war accident. I was just travelling through there, I was going to Hungary, and they fucking took the piss. I'm going to a firing range.
You're going to a firing range in Hungary?
Yeah.
Dude, that's super badass. But they took you in and like $40.
Yeah, £35.
That's fucking
You wanted
funny.
it in English sterling as well, a little cheeky cunt.
Yeah, dude. They're and Trump's like, you may want to look into that. Just a little tip there. And everybody's like, oh my God, he's a mafia don. Oh my God.
Yeah. He said that the way he worded it was like mafia-like.
Yeah, dude. They're painting this like, Don Vito Corleone picture of Trump sitting back. And Trump does have elements of Don Vito, all right?
Yeah. He's more gangster than them, mate.
Yeah, let's see. This is what I'm trying to find the clip from The Godfather. Yeah, dude. This is what Trump is saying to all the goddamn cucked out Democrats who are just crying because he's president. All right? All the cucked out fucking leftists.
Morgan and Antifa.
All these cucked out, man. Check out the clip here, all right? This is all the leftist cucks here who can't believe that Trump beat them.
Nick.
Yeah.
Don Morgan and Antifa fan.
I don't know about that. He's definitely, he has the same ideology.
He said, I don't see Antifa killing anyone. Nationalist sign. What the fuck?
Oh, he's tacit support there, and this is actually
Antifa trying to infiltrate the outrage crew.
This is actually Don Morgan here in the white suit. All right, this is him crying about Donald Trump being president and how he's not going to get his free shit from Bernie Sanders. And here we go. Oh God damn it! We got to turn the Skype down and the other audio up. Here we go, dude. Right here. All right. Don Morgan he's goddamn beside himself that Trump is president, and oh my God, the impeachment's not gonna work. No. Like, he said I don't know what to do. Listen to I'm gonna turn it up, dude. He said I don't know what to do.
That is fucking good,
Fuck, I wanted it to be louder. God damn it, he slapped the shit out of him. You could act like a man, Don Morgan. That's what you could do, dude. So I wanted to say this Alan James quote. He says, "Nationalist, the belief a country should put the interest of its people first and have the right to make its own laws and control of its own borders." Oh my God, how radical! It's only radical when white people want to do it because we can easily be demonized as bigots and racist and oh my God, how evil the fucking white people. They want their own country. They want their own culture.
Why don't they fucking sort their own countries out?
Well, the principles of the Constitution, they are not copyrighted, all right? They can be duplicated if you want some free market expansion, if you want, some dragon energy unleashed into your economy, dude. You can have your own little industrial revolution if you want a small government, dude. Do that.
If you met an Indian Pakistani, right? If you met an Indian or a Pakistani, trust me, you would rather chill with the Indian.
Oh, are you talking about Indians, Asian Indians or Native American Indians?
No, Asian ones.
I haven't met many Indians or Pakistanis. I've met Iranians.
Pakistanis are the worst people in the world. Freaking kidding?
I haven't met any of them, dude.
Horrible little cunts. Meet an Indian, and he'll go for a pint meal.
Aaron Freeman says, I'm not racist because I jerk off to Asian girls. Oh my God. What's up, Aaron Freeman? He's getting very honest on the Outrage
Freeman's
cast.
always about, you got Don Morgan, you got David, Trees is in, Burgess. Burgess' pictures are the fucking best.
Don Morgan says, if you actually sat in a room full of educated individuals, you would be embarrassed quickly. Are you talking about you and your group of stoner flat nut friends, all right, who sit around and hate on Donald Trump? Oh my God, we're a bunch of intellectuals sitting around wanting our free shit from Bernie Sanders, dude. He says every time...
Bernie wouldn't even last the first term.
Don Morgan says every time you say free shit, you show how little you know about economics. Dude, that's what Bernie says. He says free healthcare, and you're the one supporting him. We know it's from the theft of taxation, dude.
Yeah, Don don't pay taxes, so we don't see it as theft.
Oh yeah, he's on the receiving end there. All right, he wants his spoils from Robin Hood. It's very gay. He says only white people would murder and rape an entire civilization and then turn around and complain about immigration. No, dude, this is not a nation of immigrants. There was no nation to immigrate to. There was a bunch of goddamn Native American tribes who had not developed a wheel, not developed a gun, did not ride horses, and they were all trying to kill each other all at one time, and we showed up and we were like, dude, this is awkward. Just hold our goddamn beer while we go over here and build the greatest civilization the world's ever seen. Don't drink the beer. That's probably a bad idea for your genetics, dude. All right, that's fire water. Be careful, all right? I know, 90% of you already got wiped out by the, initial smallpox virus that went around and, turns out the last 10% of you really want to fight. And so, goddamn it, we fought. The technological advancement over the Indians, it was an unfortunate situation, dude. We were just a class 1 civilization that ran into a much lower class. But we didn't.
I went to some place in York. It's a national museum, and I went there with my kid. And you get on this little cart, right? You get on this little cart.
Yeah. And
it takes you through the ages, all the way from like the 14th century, all the way to now. And you want to smell, you even have the smells and everything. It's minging, bro. Imagine going back to then. I went through the archive. I had this archive thing done. I'll show you some pictures of it. And the only reason that they documented my family is because 2 of my great fucking relatives, yeah, they both got hung. One of them was 15 and one of them was 40 for nicking chickens. Get on that. They were hung in the public square, bro.
Really? For stealing chickens?
Yeah, livestock they called it. And they 2 chickens and a hen.
Oh my God, the white privilege. They enjoyed, dude.
Yeah, they got hung in front of all the neighbours.
Oh, Don Morgan is very triggered. He says your version of history is disturbing, Nick. Disturbing, to say the least. Oh my God, do we gotta play it again? Oh, dude.
I think Don's just a troll, you know.
I know, but it's so fun.
No, I don't think he's a lefty. I don't think he is. I think he's just fucking with you.
Yeah. Dude.
He likes you just like got to like romp over old shit over and over again.
God damn it, I can't get this fucking volume up high enough. It's fine, dude.
Kiki's in the house.
What up, sweet chin?
Kiki.
What's up, Kiki? What's up, David Duke?
Stop clean talking.
I was clean talking in here?
Think so.
Oh yeah, he was here earlier. I think he might have. He went to a different mic tonight. I did pretty goddamn good at the fourth wall. Nobody had good sets pretty much but me, but I went up there and was talking about the goddamn transgender Miss Universe. There's a
transgender Miss Universe.
There's a woman.
What about?
She's Miss Spain. So trans Miss Spain. She's already won the competition for Spain.
Fuck off.
And I'll pull up.
I was in Spain like 2 weeks ago.
I'll pull up the picture here.
Spain's England now. Go Benidorm. Just England in the sun.
So there we go. There's the toxic male, all right, who has encroached upon the female activity. Oh the goddamn! But that's the funny part is like, I wonder who came second to Miss Spain in Spain. An actual woman, an actual Spanish woman. You know, and she had to be up there pretending that she loved it. And oh my God, it's so progressive. And this, meanwhile, she's like, this bitch doesn't even bleed every month. What the fuck does this motherfucker know about looking pretty? You know? Just recently chopped his dick off, dude. It's not progressive. It's the most toxically male thing you could possibly do. We can't.
Dude.
We can't. Yeah, it's a dude right there, dude. That's Miss Spain.
Walk up.
You know, Bradley Murray would definitely take her home from the pub.
She don't look Spanish to me though.
I don't know what's going on there. You know.
I go to Spain every 3 weeks.
Oh yeah? Oh my God, this picture right here is really.
But I've never seen a guy looking like that.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh my God, shit.
And then, you know, there's this.
I've only got one eye as well, Nick, man.
There's just a dude who came to the pre-op who came there and was like,
I ain't got an Adam's apple, I don't think. Can't see one.
It's like, I can be better than these bitches and just chop this motherfucker off and I'm gonna strap down here and just win this motherfucker. You know, these bitches don't know what they're doing. You know, so I was talking about that on stage. It was going pretty good tonight. Fucking around up there. We're having fun. We're getting ready for the goddamn Death Row comedy show.
Hey, Adam Nye said the X-Pac beauty pageant winner is...
Oh. Uh-oh, Don Morgan's very triggered. He says, when there's a man named David Duke in your chat, you might be a racist. Oh, no.
Shout out to David Duke. Triggered him, Don.
Oh, do not say hatchback beauty pageant winner Aaron Friedman. Do not say it.
Why was David Duke mean?
Oh, David Duke is supposedly this like super racist guy who was in the KKK, who was also, I think, a senator at one point in the United States. But, you know, there was all this hysteria about, oh my God, David Duke was supporting Donald Trump and, you know.
Look him up.
And he was actually born in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oh, boy.
So he's one of Nick's.
No, dude, do not associate me with David Duke. You know.
Now we know where you get like your world views from.
No, dude.
David Duke. I don't even know who he is, so you're laughing, so it must be bad.
So David Duke is an American white supremacist and white nationalist politician. Oh, convicted felon and former Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan.
Convicted felon.
Duke is a Holocaust denier and espouses white separatism and anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Oh boy. That's the whole breadbasket of goddamn, you know, hateful slander terms right there.
A Holocaust happened, man. I
Oh,
don't
dude.
have a lot of numbers because they don't have numbers. How can you get numbers from ashes? I don't get it. But
Yeah, it seems like a big conspiracy to
no,
for it all to be
it's like
fake.
3 million.
Yeah, I don't know the numbers. Don't question the numbers. All right, we wouldn't want we wouldn't want to have to throw you in prison. I saw that there was a guy, I think it was in Britain, who he had a dog, and he
In Scotland.
that was Scotland. Okay, he taught the dog how to do a Nazi salute, and then he got arrested for posting a video of it.
Yeah,
But
he got a £600 fine, but he's not paid the fine yet.
but
He's refusing to pay the fine.
so David Duke,
So that's like a legal thing.
yeah.
So listen, we have a freedom of speech in this country. You can't start locking people up for saying words.
Oh yeah, but professors can call themselves communist, and that's totally fine.
Down south in London, listen, that's like a Orwellian scare. Where I am, it's complete freedom of speech.
Oh, so you're where you are, it's a little more. You got a little more freedom.
It's 96. It's like 99% white. You know.
Because they're scared of bad motherfuckers like you. They don't want to start taking away your freedoms because they know you're gonna be doing wheelies in the streets, and you're gonna be very pissed off, dude.
And I'm not a good inmate either.
He's not a good inmate. All right, you don't want to have to control Bradley Murray, dude. You won't like him when he's angry.
No, I just like they say that because I've got a northern chant.
Have you seen that movie Bronson with Tom Hardy?
Yeah. Bronson was actually in the same prison as me once. In 2008, he was at HMP Manchester Strangeways. He was on a different wing from me, but he was in the same prison.
Dude, this is what Bradley Murray reminds me of. Let me get the. Hopefully, it's a little louder.
Like, a lot of people always ask me though, like, what was it like in prison and that, and I can't say what I think. I always like try to scare them a little bit so they don't go.
Yeah.
But really, it was like fucking relaxing.
Oh yeah, it was like
People like fucking go make me a brew quick, run, fucking run.
It's like a nice little spa. You decompress, you get away from everybody. I imagine sensory deprivation like that is actually, that's why, Joe Rogan has his sensory deprivation tank. Everybody has their goddamn phone in their face. Everybody's looking at screens all day long. Like, to get away from any of that and not have...
in prison. I had a phone all through my prison sentence.
I totally take that back. Not... Bradley Murray was very technologically connected. All right, in the prison, you didn't get in any fights or anything?
Not a few.
You said a few?
Fights. It was just like people not fucking people taking the piss, really.
Oh yeah, just shit talking?
No, just like not paying you when they should do, So I was like, I'll give you next week. Like, next week, mate. How do you know you're going to be here next week, you little shit?
What's up, Nicole Servin? Yeah, she says Count Dankula was the dude with the Nazi dog.
Yeah, that Nazi dog was funny.
David says it's really bad in America to have a similar, almost Soviet-level influence of Jews over things. It's going to lead to a disaster.
What's this thing about Jews, mate?
Well, it's
Everyone goes, Jew this, Jew that, blah, blah.
The whole deal is...
Everywhere.
People underestimate how much IQ correlates to life success. And so Jews on average have a very high IQ, especially Ashkenazi Jews, especially verbal IQ. And they're way overrepresented. They're like 1% to 2% of the population in the United States at most. But they're way overrepresented in fields like banking, law, politics, media. They're all over these industries, and so it gives the appearance of some coordinated conspiracy to subvert the culture And there is a little bit of that. There is a little bit of cultural subversion, but it comes from the cultural Marxist ideology. It comes from demonizing the majority population of a country in order to conquer it, in order to bring in other groups, that because they have to demonize the especially the white males, because we on average want individuality, we want small government, we want individual freedom, and we don't fucking trust the government. And so in America, if you want to control this country, you have to demonize the straight white males, and you want a demographic replacement of them, because you can't convince them with any arguments of your socialist commie horseshit. We don't buy into it, dude. We're done. We want individual freedom. We want to keep our guns, and we want to have our families, and we want to have prosperity, dude. Period. But it's not just the Jews. It's dumb, I think, and it discredits you to blame a demographic of people for a set of problems that can be identified without linking them specifically to a demographic. Yes, they are overrepresented in these positions of power, but why are the positions of power there?
I understand that, though. I understand that what you mean about Jews, though. But here's what I understand, right? I live in the biggest Jewish community in the whole of the UK.
Yeah.
Right, listen, I could walk now. It'd take me 5 minutes to get into their place. It's called it's in Prestwich. And it's massive.
Yeah.
They have their own police, everything. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I really truly think that they'd have their own like little militia, you know? Because I know people that have been caught, fighting there. I've been kidnapped, mate. Listen.
Fighting in the Jewish part of town, and then they got kidnapped by the police?
By so-called Jewish police.
Do they kick them in the balls and poke them in the eye with the Krav Maga special?
No, they wrap you in a blanket.
Yeah, you were saying this. This is fucking crazy. Keep going.
And they'll twat you with golf clubs.
Oh my god.
And you have no bruises on the outside. It's all internal.
Oh, fuck, dude.
So they can't even prove you look all fucked up with no bruises.
Yeah. Dude, that is super goddamn gangster. They'll wrap you in a fucking blanket. Oh, I expect that. I would
you in a big thick rug like that.
I would expect to see that in a goddamn Guy Ritchie movie.
You won't see none of that shit, because it's true.
Oh, dude, that's fucking insane.
Well, I always go. My dad lived right slap bang in the middle of it. Ginger dad. I've got a ginger dad, you know.
Say again.
You want to see him? Yeah, he's got a flat there, right? He's getting out soon, and he's got a ginger whip. And I'm thinking, hey, listen, the Jews have like surrounded your house now. He's like, what are you on about? He's been in for years. I always go around and check on his flat and that, you know.
Sorry, you're talking too fast. I can't understand you.
Oh, my dad's got a flat in the middle of it. Yeah, but he's in prison at the moment.
Your dad's in prison?
Yeah.
Did he get wrapped in a rug?
No.
I'm just fucking with you.
Well, he now lives in the middle of it because he's been away for ages. It's just swarmed.
Yeah.
It's like proper Jew town now.
Interesting.
Scary,
yeah, dude. People who are scared of the Jews, they're scared of, taking responsibility for their own goddamn life. I mean, go make an argument in person. They're, 5'5", and they're scared of you.
Not 5'5".
You got some big Jews over there?
Nah, they got big kids. They got longer wigs than me, mate. Tell you a story, right? We were driving through there. I had my friend in the car and check all these, boss. He's like, check them off. So I'm lucky there, he went, and all these women here, they've all got wigs on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they literally did, all those Jewish women over there, they cut their hair bald and then wear wigs.
What do we search to find a picture of this?
I don't know.
Jewish women. Britain, Jewish women wigs.
Watch it, man. They look like they got they look like they got like fucking. What do you call them over there? Weaves or some shit.
Oh my god, look at them. Dude, I know nothing about this phenomenon. Alright, it looks like a bunch of natural hair to me. I couldn't even tell.
Yeah, you can't tell until you bang it from behind.
And you pull it off, dude. I've never banged a Jewish chick, I don't think. But black women all wear weaves.
Yeah, you're into that though, innit? I wonder if she's listening now. But she might even be watching. I told a girl about you once, funny.
Oh yeah, at the pub?
She was like a pretty black girl as well for the she had a little Cockney accent.
Oh, so fucking
alright, mate. You know,
beautiful.
She likes a bit of the Nick as well. So he's dead good looking, innit? I don't like his accent.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, you keep Denise in there now. I'm like 10 seconds behind the chat.
Alan James says blacks are the real Jews.
I don't know about that.
Alan James has the best goddamn black jokes. I love the...
Davey Duke, I'm not surrounded by Pakistani Muslims. Trust me. It's not very sad, little shit.
David says Nick Jordan with his universal taxation principles that aren't universal against the Judeo-Masonic power of the Anglosphere. I like our chances. All right, we're compelling. We have the truth on our side. They have the goddamn cultural Marxist agenda. They make you feel like a victim. They want you on antidepressants. They want you, cucked out and zombified. And that's not empowering. It's not sustainable.
I was thinking before, when UK and America get our trade deal, might have some natty lights.
When UK and America get their trade deal, what about natty lights?
I might get some natty lights, you know.
Dude, any occasion is good for natty lights. And
can't buy them here.
Speaking of, I got some right here, dude.
I'll try to buy some.
It's a real American beer, brewed in 1977. All right, it's the first. I think it's the first beer in space. I think it was posted in the goddamn Discord. There it is, dude. The Natty Light in space. All right, it's super goddamn real. All right, and you can't see it. There it is. Dude, it's that fucking Natty Light. All right, we got the eagle on it, dude. It's a beautiful, light, crisp, shitty frat boy beer, and it's super goddamn affordable.
All Don Morgan wants to do is this fucking Indian girl, and calm the fuck down.
Denise says, Bradley, are you a leave? Of course he's a leave. Of course
I voted Brexit. The last person I voted for was Tommy Robinson.
Of course. He doesn't like the EU criminals running his goddamn life. They don't know shit about the dirt bike wheelies, dude. They don't know nothing about rose bushes.
I was probably the first person in the UK to vote leave. I was there at 5 to 8 in the morning.
Don Morgan says black women all wear weaves. Nick isn't even racist. He's just stupid. Oh my God, he's so triggered. Oh, either that or he's I don't know whether I'm really on the fence whether Don Morgan is.
Nick, I think you got some flat earthers there, mate.
Oh well, that David Duke is obviously Robert Rydell. David Duke.
You changed your name again.
It's Alex Jews. It's Robert Rydell. All right. It's David Duke. It's all the same guy.
How can he go through so much effort to make so many accounts?
Because he has perfect grammar. And I understand, I see it every time. He has perfect, capitalization and periods,
So you know who it is?
And he always talks about flat Earth and making America white and straight again.
David Duke said Tommy Robinson is an Israeli doing cocaine with a little girl. What the fuck is he on about, mate?
I think he's confusing him with Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden is engaging in that. Hunter Biden is engaging in that behavior.
David Duke, mate, you're fucked in the head, mate. Seriously, done in the head. Oh my god. He's doing cocaine in Israel with little girls. What the fuck? That even mean?
No, David Duke is very, and I realize that he may have. I realize he may have done. It's funny, that he has that name, David Duke, because then I refer to him as David Duke in the chat, and I was just about to say David Duke, I think, is right about that point, and so, people are gonna clip that out and be like, "Oh my God, he supports David Duke and his grand wizardship." I don't support
David Duke,
but
I would look at his shit, mate.
Dude.
Hell no.
Oh my God. Don Morgan says Nick is so fucking pussy. Why won't you watch the link? You can be a man. How about that, dude?
What link's he on about?
It's about a whole.
You're going with that name.
It's about a whole lot of goddamn nothing. I can guarantee it. Because Don Morgan, he doesn't understand statistics. He thinks that, white people commit more crime on average than anybody in the United States because there's more white people.
It's like 13% of this population. Good luck. Pat on the head.
Bradley Murray is a goddamn, limey, outrage, pirate, criminal, dirt bike rider over there, and he understands the goddamn statistics, dude.
30% of the population. It's like 30% of the population, yeah? And they put half the crime. Let's be real. It's like 10 to 1. It's like not even that. It's like 100 to 1 in crime. I think it's even more, actually.
No.
I'm not that good with math, but fucking hell, it's pretty close.
Dude, you don't have to be good at math to be way smarter than Don Morgan. All right? You're way ahead.
I was educated in prison.
Don Morgan was educated in the propagandistic public schools, dude, and we see the result.
I was educated by gangsters, mate.
Oh, dude, he's got that street knowledge. You know what the fuck it is, dude. Alan James says, David Duke is right. Nick Jordan quote, 2019.
Well, if you think about it, though, if the 13% of, not even that, let's give them 15% of the population, right? And it's 15% of the fucking crimes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Wait,
what dumb territory here?
You're talking about in Britain?
No, in your country. In mine, it's even worse. They're like fucking 2% of the population and like 100% of the crimes.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said 30, but you said 13, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, Bradley Murray knows this.
I'm giving him 15% now, you know? But 50% of the crime. Work it out. It's insane. That's an epidemic.
Oh my God, and he still doesn't understand the goddamn stats. He said because there's more white people? No, there are more white people and they commit more crime. Dumbass! Oh my God, it's so funny. Oh, dude, he just comes on here to get goddamn, leg dropped in public, and it's fucking hilarious.
It's stupid. Don't go to London, and they're all black crimes. All of them are black. Every single one. Every single criminal.
Here comes the Alan James super chat here.
Black pudding, I had that this morning. Ooh.
Black pudding is for black people. Change my mind.
Damn
I
it.
had that this morning, Alan. You little shit.
Oh, fuck, dude. I'm trying to turn the goddamn volume up on other shit. But it's like, when I have the Skype on, everything else gets super quiet. It's weird. But he says black pudding is for black people. Change my mind.
No, it's not. Black pudding. Blacks don't eat black pudding. They don't even eat a fry up, mate. They have fucking chips on their fry up, mate. That fuck's that. Every black guy that I know has chips on a fry up, mate. Like, what the fuck is that going on, mate?
Chips on what?
On a fry up?
I don't know what that is.
The full English.
Oh, like the muffin?
No, a full English breakfast.
Oh.
Bacon, egg, sausage, tomato.
Oh, and then
mushrooms,
they get fries
pasta,
too?
Fried toast. It's heart attack heaven.
David Duke says Nick has to do another free show for clean talking to pay reparations. Alan James says chips on a fry up. Are they savages?
Yeah, a little bit, huh?
AJ says Don Morgan, put your weave back on and start baking.
But the worst thing is, though, when I'm talking to Alan, that's what my dad's name is.
Oh my God, Don Morgan says.
That's what my dad's called, Alan.
He says, prove me wrong if I'm so dumb. Little does he know he proves himself wrong every time he got them chats, and we all laugh, dude, because you don't understand the per capita statistics, and seems like you're trolling. You could not possibly be this dumb.
I don't even live in your country, and I know the stats, mate.
Yeah, dude. What up, William Lavagna? What's happening?
What's up, William? William! He goes on LBC, him, he's funny, man. You having breakfast now, William? Ask him.
He says sausages, beans, mushrooms, fried poached eggs, and hash
William
browns.
knows the straw.
Oh my God. He's fully goddamn energized up with that shit.
Comes on LBC, man, it's funny, man. Don't we have a buzz on there, Will? Good guy, William, man.
Yes, sir. Well, Bradley Murray, we appreciate you calling in. What do you got planned today?
Just chilling?
He's maxing and relaxing, dude.
Yeah, someone's at the door.
Defending Western civilization by having a laugh at the goddamn ridiculous U.S. political situation and all the horse shit in the media, dude. And, you know, we've got to finance cokehead Hunter Biden. All right, and it's all Trump's fault. Well, we appreciate the call in, Bradley Murray. We'll let you get back to, you know, the chat room there and, you know, your activity.
Yeah, man. Peace out, boys. Love you all, yeah?
Right on, brother.
Peace.
All right, love you, dude. Later. There he goes, ladies and gentlemen, the Limey Outrage pirate out there. What up, sweet chin? I know I seen you in here. Creeping around, dude. Aaron Freeman's wanting to know where he can buy one of the slaves. Dude, we're not selling slaves just because David Duke is in the chat room, dude. Don't get too excited. All right. Yes, Don Morgan is just incredibly arrogant and ignorant. All right, but we love his ignorant pushback because it makes us laugh oh so much. David Duke says Tommy Robinson will tell you all about the evil Muslims, but never about the Jews, bringing them in. Yeah, both the Jews and the Muslims have to be criticized for their differing moral systems. All right, that's the beautiful thing about Christianity. You know, despite the, you know, ridiculous metaphysics as every other religion involves, but the thing about the, you know, Judaism and you know, Islam, they have differing moral systems for their in-group and the out-group. In Islam, you know, if you're not Muslim, you're a kafir. In Judaism, if you're not Jewish, you're a goyim. All right, and so they look, you know, it's super fashionable to call white people racist. But, you know, the traditionally white religion of Christianity seems to be the least racist of any of the major religions, because they don't hold themselves, and they're you know, Judaism is a little more well, Judaism and Islam, they are religions. They're not technically ethnic, but there are large you know, ethnic swaths of you know, certain groups that participate in Islam and Judaism. They're, you know, those Middle Eastern individuals. All right, but they consider themselves superior to the people who don't believe in the ideology. Christians want universal principles for everybody. And what do we get for it? All the blame in the world, all the, you know, oh my God, we're the most racist, tyrannical, oppressive, you know, force on the planet. Oh, white people have to be stopped. The patriarchy. What do we get in return for it, dude? Not a goddamn thing. Don Morgan says KKK members usually hold themselves up to be Christians. Well, the KKK basically doesn't exist anymore, dude. Except in your goddamn fantastical imagination. Oh my God, the white supremacists are out to get me. David Duke's in the chat. Meanwhile, the political establishment is ransacking the public with the welfare and the immigration and the military industrial complex, and you're worried about a dozen tiki torch retards, about 30 fucking white sheeted morons in the entire goddamn country. Oh my God, they're the real threat. No. They're Christians. They're killing for Jesus. They're killing the darkies for Jesus. Oh my God. Typically, Christians are the most self-effacing, empathetic, good-natured people you will ever goddamn meet. I know you have your victimhood mentality, Don Morgan, as a black man. Christians ended slavery. What do we get? All the blame. Ellen James says MLK was a Christian. Guess he was racist too. Oh wait. See, now we're now we're getting into logical consistency, and Don Morgan's head's gonna explode. All right. And I do think part of me thinks that Don Morgan is just a retarded troll, because he literally cannot be this retarded. And so, if he's not going to call in on the Skype, we're just going to go ahead and say fuck Don Morgan's mother and his asshole. And I say his asshole because he doesn't know a man or a woman. He considers, Michelle Obama to be, beautiful. So his perception's a little off there. Sweet Chin says Don Morgan would have made a good slave. He wants to be Bernie Sanders' slave. All right, because he thinks Bernie can spend his money way better than he can. Don Morgan says, why wouldn't you get the blame for slavery if you partook in slavery? Well, because we only get the blame. Nobody talks about the Muslim slave trade. Nobody talks about the Jews' participation in the slave trade. Nobody talks about, every culture in the history of the planet that has participated in slavery. And the fact that the slave trade would never have existed if black people didn't enslave each other in Africa and bring them to the shores to be sold. That never gets brought up. Anytime you hear the term slavery, it's Calvin Candy and oh my God, the evil Southern elitist Democrat, goddamn slave owner. Oh boy, that's all it ever was. Meanwhile, that was 4% of the entire U.S. population. It was an elitist Southern Democrat, gravy train that was all backed up by the government. And the leftists you support, same party of the KKK, same party of the Jim Crow laws, same party of enforcing slavery. And they say there was a party switch. That's a propaganda talking point. What happened was a strategy switch. They say, it was the Southern strategy by Nixon to appeal to the racist in the South, and that's what they did. No, what it was is a shifting of strategy from direct ownership on behalf of the Democrats. 99% of the slave owners were Democrats. They shifted from direct ownership. That wasn't, publicly feasible anymore. They shifted to mental ownership and demonization of, the Republicans and the conservatives as the racist party. And then they could therefore control the black man's mind, keep them on the Democratic plantation, give them this welfare free shit handout, and keep them on the dole until the end of time. That's actually racist, is the bigotry of low expectations. Not thinking that giving black people freedom and opportunity, thinking that they won't be able to do it themselves. Oh, we need, perpetual government handouts. And what do you get? Perpetual poverty, perpetual ghettos. Poverty never gets fixed because there's no incentive to fix it because the government runs it. And another ad hominem, your education on history is warped. Not an argument. Cuck. You just got leg dropped again, dude. Oh my God. You know what it is, dude. When Don Morgan comes on the stream, it's just over and over. Dropping that leg drop, baby. Boom! Over and over. You don't want it, dude. We're rocking on the air guitar, baby. It's for life. Now, baby, for life, dude. What you know about the slave trade throughout history? What you know about the Christian abolitionists, dude? Dude, it's the new world order of Western civilization coming back, dude. We got a spine, dude. And we're not getting our spine shortened by repeated leg drops, dude, because they're metaphysical, they're articulate leg drops. We're leg dropping the arguments on Don Morgan. Oh, yeah. He's a what up, Skeezer? Don Morgan is the first hoe on my train. There you go, baby. David Duke says most of Africans live just above animals to this very day. The ones brought to America are very lucky. That's a very David Duke-esque perspective there. God damn it. I think it's, it's a little much to, characterize them as lucky, all right, for being sold into having their ancestors sold into the slave trade, all right, but, at the same time, everybody does want to be in America. All right, we are the front row of the goddamn crazy show. Denise emailed me a message. All right, we shall check it. All right, but I do have to take an outrage piss. I shall return. All right, baby. Sweet Chin says, Don, let's get you a plane ticket to Africa. You need to lead them to great heights and water. Dude, Don Morgan would be the perfect representation for Africa. Maybe a South African leader. All right, so he, can lead the charge to eradicate the white farmers there, the demonic white farmers who do not, deserve to exist. Oh my God, Don Morgan's crying about the Black Panthers. Oh my God, no. The poor Black Panthers. David Duke says, when the power goes out, people are going to learn who the white man is again. Dude. What the fuck? Oh, we had a sketch idea that was a little risque. All right, we had a sketch idea for Outrage TV. We were, texting back and forth with about it, a long time ago. Me and Igor and Kevin Bennett. The idea was world without white people, and it's like these two leftist cucked out individuals who have the same ideology as Don Morgan, and they hate themselves for being white, and they're all guilty and everything, and they drop acid together, and they go into this alternate dimension where there's a world with they're like the only two white people, and the rest of the world has no more white people in it. And their electricity doesn't work, dude. Their plumbing doesn't work, and they look out and it's just goddamn chaos in the streets. None of the cars work anymore, dude. There's no airplanes up in the air, dude. It's just all a goddamn catastrophic disaster. A world without white people. All right. You can't deny, all right, the list of inventions from white people. All right, they benefit you tremendously. All right, we've done some good shit. I know you like to hate on the white people. Burgess says, LOL, yeah, the running joke is there's a Nazi behind every corner waiting to attack people. We have other things to do, LOL. Well, it's like, they always try to demonize, working class, right-wing people as Nazis. And it's like, oh, dude, we don't have any time to do your bullshit, getting out and marching and, obsessing about other demographics of people. We got a job to go to. We got a job to do. We got Western civilization to defend. All right, we don't give a goddamn about any of that horse shit. Yes, Aaron Freeman says Kevin Bennett was awesome on America's Got Talent. And then Alan James says, is that sarcasm, Aaron? I can't tell with you. No, Kevin Bennett, he rocked it on America's Got Talent. I mean, he's absolutely scraping the ceiling of entertainment value a man can have on stage with a goddamn accordion and a French accent and that beard. He is really just blowing the ceiling off of that act. And, I love the man to death, but that act mystifies me to no end. I don't see how you can expect to, have that be your comedy career and you're going to expect to sell out clubs with, an accordion and a French accent and one-liners for an hour. But, maybe it's just as insane as thinking that I can break down the principles of Western civilization into comedy bits and then do that. Little by little, all right? We're making fun of, our failures in basketball and we're making fun of the goddamn tranny Miss Universe and, we're doing all what we can. And we're talking about our luxurious experiences with the black women out of here in Los Angeles. But yeah, Kevin Bennett, he got up there on America's Got Talent and he rocked it out, dude. They were about to give him the X's and then he won them back. He won the crowd. He was over with the crowd big time. We need a Discord link here. A little Discord link here. Sweet Chin says Jussie Smollett and his supporters are so dumb they actually thought people would believe white dudes would smear bleach on him to whiten him. That was the weirdest part of the goddamn narrative. Oh my God, these Trump supporters are gonna dump bleach on the black guy, We gotta turn him into Sammy Sosa, We're gonna involuntarily Michael Jackson you. Oh my God, it was so goddamn gay. Alan James says, Nick, can you show that coin Stacker sent you? So cool of him. Dude, I showed it earlier in the stream, but check this shit out. It's a Canada fine silver 1 ounce. It's like 99.9% fucking silver right there with a Superman emblem on one side and Elizabeth II on the back. 2016, dude. Pure little silver piece there. And he sent me a little note that said, start your stack up with this, dude. Florida Stacker's the goddamn illest. Cool as fuck, dude. That's that physical super chat. David says, although I don't like Superman or the Queen, I was never that big into Superman. All right, my superhero was the Incredible Hulk. I really like the combination of the intellect of David Banner and then the incredible goddamn destructive capacity of the Incredible Hulk there. And it was my favorite comics to try and draw because I wanted to be a comic illustrator when I was growing up. It was one of my first, obsessions was drawing. And to try and draw the Hulk with all the fucking, all the musculature and the action poses and shit, that was the ultimate. The hardest shit was to draw a hand, like doing something in action and not make the hand look retarded. I could never get that down. That was just like ultimately, the most frustrating thing. I could draw anything if I looked at it. That was the most frustrating thing. But I never like practiced enough just out of my imagination to draw shit out of my imagination and make it look real. That takes a lot of goddamn work, and I was not willing to put in the goddamn work. I would fucking, I would look at comic book pictures and I would copy them over. I was into the Incredible Hulk. I like that, the dragon energy lurking beneath that comes out, to defend Western civilization. All right. As you can see, it's manifested itself in the Outrage battleship here. All right. Sometimes I'm David Banner. Sometimes I'm the Hulk. All right. Sometimes I flex out, dude. Sometimes I leg drop individuals. Sometimes I just get on the, the analytical argumentation. But, Superman, he wasn't like afflicted with the, with the being Superman. It's more interesting to have the hero that's like the reluctant hero that's like, just thrust into it, and the dragon energy just bubbles up whenever you piss off the Incredible Hulk, and the deep state, criminals have pissed me off. I was just a good little Oklahoma boy, all right? Who wanted to believe that the world was good and we could be good and we can, have principles and just all get along and have prosperity and just do well, But it's naive to think that, because there are criminals and they have established deep roots within our society, and they are disguised with a thick layer of propaganda. But we see the criminals. We see them. All right, and they've awoken the dragon energy within the Outrage Chancellor, and I can't just be a nice little Oklahoma boy. I have to stand up for the principles of Western civilization and not back down. Oh my God, Alan James says, of course, Nick, like the Hulk, a colored guy with broad shoulders and short shorts, perfect candidate for a hatchback interview. Dude, that is not why I like the Hulk. All right. God damn it. I envied his physique. All right. I'm slowly building myself into the Incredible Hulk for Western civilization. That has nothing to do with any goddamn hatchback interview. Damn it. William Lavagna says, Nick, do you follow any black conservative channels? Brandon Tatum is great, but gets a little heavy on the religion. Yeah, I like Brandon Tatum. I haven't heard him go heavy on the Jesus, but I imagine, he might. All right, a lot of military dudes have seen a lot of crazy shit, and they deal with it, one way or another. David says, are there any superheroes you hate, Nick? Let's see. I wouldn't say superheroes I hate. The superhero movies bore the shit out of me. Well, I can't even say that. I haven't watched any of the Avengers movies. Full disclosure. Because I just see the corny jokes in the trailers, and they're just so mainstream popular, and I'm just like, whatever. And they just piss me off because they're, these big goddamn franchises that, as a guy who aspires to write original screenplays and get into the industry, like the industry is just drying up for everything original and everything, spec driven. And it's all like, oh, you have to all have all these, multi-billion-dollar fucking licensing deals to write the goddamn script. And it's like, you got to earn to be sucking 10 Jewish dicks to be able to be, goddamn tasked with writing the script. You got to be deep in the goddamn system. So they just piss me off. The big goddamn franchise movies, they just piss me off. Because I don't want to write them. They bore the shit out of me. The superhero's going to survive. Oh, unless they run into, Thanos, and he snaps his fingers, Of course, Aaron Freeman hated Black Panther because he noted, probably, I haven't seen Black Panther, but I didn't see any bikes in the film. They seem to all have been stolen and taken away out of view. All right, in the Black Panther, But the whole, obsession over Black Panther is like, oh my God, it's, made by black people, for black people, with black people. And it was like, it was all so much. It was oversaturated with identity politics. And it's like, you already have Denzel Washington and Will Smith. Is this some kind of big Hollywood breakthrough? Oh my God. And Spike Lee has been making, big movies for goddamn ever. Oh my God, the oppressive Hollywood against black people. It's like, there's no oppression against black people. The only thing on the books that these Hollywood companies have are literally diversity agendas that favor black people over white people. It's like, that's one of the main things in comedy right now is like, oh, we need more diversity. We have too many white guys. Nobody ever says that about black people. And Shane Gillis makes a joke on his podcast just riffing about Chinese people and calling, Andrew Yang and Bernie Sanders, commie Jew chinks. And it's the crucifixion. Publicly, he's got to be fired and lambasted over the coals, but, Dave Chappelle can write and plan and do a special where he does this over-the-top stereotype of a Chinese dude poking his goddamn teeth out. Oh, Chinese. And then he gets paid $60 million for that and gets called brave. The time for black people to consider themselves victims has long passed. And Don Morgan is stuck in the past. All right? Because, he desperately wants to still claim his victimhood status, and it just doesn't exist anymore, dude. Alan James says, Panther Tale was pretty average. Felt the writing a bit sycophantic. Dude, Panther Tale is the great unmade script of our generation. All right? I'm still waiting on that email from Eddie Murphy. All right? It's coming eventually. It's coming eventually. David Duke says, do you see that Haitian senator shoot that guy in the face? Fucking based. Dude, I do not want senators shooting people. All right. God damn it. Bradley Murray says, you going to watch Joker, Nick? I will. That's October 4th. The last movie I went and saw was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I really enjoyed it because I live right next door to the goddamn Dolby Theater, one of the nicest theaters in the country. And it's like fucking $13 for a matinee. It's so affordable. I don't take advantage of it enough. But a lot of the movies don't draw me out of the house to walk fucking 5 minutes over to the theater. It's like, I just can't give a fuck about most of these goddamn sequels and remakes and big, horseshit CGI franchises. I don't care. But I am really interested in what Joaquin Phoenix does with the Joker character. It's going to be very interesting, lad. All right, I'll crack the last natty light. I only have one natty light left. Actually, I have multiple natty lights left, but I don't exactly. I think I might just sip on this coffee here. Skeezer says, your Panther Tale script sounds like a good pussy fart of a film. Dude, it's a goddamn tremendously hilarious film. Alright? And it's the only thing that's gotten me manager meetings out here. Alright, but I wasn't black enough for the diversity agenda. They didn't like it that I wrote a goddamn blaxploitation film. But yeah, it's hilarious that the media outrage is still continuing even after the full transcript came out of Trump, and they're seriously trying to slander it like oh my God, it gave him an ultimatum and there's no evidence of it, dude. Don Morgan says, Nick, they didn't like your content and you're terrible at what you do. Oh my God, no, he's cutted my insecurities. No, I'm going to topple over like a redwood in the forest. No, Don Morgan has cut me to the bone. The manager I met with first, he didn't even goddamn read the script. He read like the first, 10 pages or something, and then he was looking at Sean Merriman in the goddamn, in the script meeting, pretending like he knew the narrative, and he was making it up as he went. Alan James says, I'm going to have my last natty light. Actually, I have more than one natty light. I'm going to sip this cold coffee. Said no one until now. Well done. That's how we rock it sometimes. All right? We go back on that cold coffee. We do that switch up. We keep you on your toes. All right? It's like a goddamn, it's like the NFL training camp. All right? You're shifting between exercises and cones and whatnot. Like the goddamn combine. Sweet Chin says, why do Asians pretend stereotypical jokes don't get to them until they do? Asians internalize racism until they all see it's okay to be an SJW. I don't quite get what you're saying. Why do Asians pretend stereotypical jokes don't get to them until they do? Well, because they're making a bunch of goddamn money in America. They're making more money on average than white people. So they're doing just fine. There's not a lot you could say to them to piss them off. And people think that white people don't have any racial slurs that you can throw at them because cracker and honky are just kind of funny and they don't quite affect us. All right, because we're in general doing okay. Except when we try to preserve our own culture and then we get called racist. All right, which is, even worse than the goddamn word nigger in modern 2019 times. Because, if a white dude gets called racist and it sticks to him at work, there's going to be an investigation. All right, and they're going to go up to him and be like, is there any truth to this, Johnson? We heard you were racist. And he's probably getting fired. If a black dude gets called a nigger at work, they're not going to go up to him and be like, hey, sir, we heard you got called a nigger. Is there any truth to this? We might have to do an investigation. The guy who called him it is getting fired. And so the term racist is white people's nigger in 2019 America. All right, if you get labeled with it, Don Morgan says, Donald Trump has been called a racist numerous times. Nothing has happened to him because it hasn't stuck to him. Because it's a false claim. They haven't been able to pin it on him. Because all he's doing is enforcing the border laws that are already on the books. Same shit Obama did. The kids in cages, all those pictures are from the Obama administration. Obama talked about reducing immigration. Bill Clinton talked about reducing illegal There's nothing universally racist about Donald Trump, but they desperately want you to believe that because he's trying to give opportunity to less fortunate people by opening up the market and lessening their tax burden. And the left doesn't want that. Oh. Because it's their job, to give you free shit and protect you from the evil racist Republicans. And just like the switch in the strategy I was talking about earlier, they went from direct slave ownership to mental ownership of the black people by convincing them that the other side hated them and was racist when they only wanted to give them a free market opportunity and bribe them with free shit to keep them on the demographic plantation. Democratic plantation, excuse me, not demographic, democratic plantation. Keep them on, yes. Don Morgan says Obama and Bill Clinton never called immigrants rapists and savages. Donald Trump didn't either. He called MS-13 that. He called certain sections of the illegal immigrants coming across the border that. He said Mexico's not sending their best. They're sending their criminals, their drug dealers, their rapists. And some of them, I imagine, are very good people. And he offered that. But that never gets reported. It's just, he called immigrants rapists. Ugh. There's your propaganda spouting from Don Morgan. From his enlightened, enlightened propagandized perspective there. Oh my God, him and his intellectual friends sitting around, playing with each other's dicks, competing for who has the shortest dick, who's the biggest victim. Burgess says, lefty speaks with a forked tongue. He says there should be equality, then turn around and say affirmative action is the way to go. They don't talk straight. Yeah. The only laws on the books are, pro-minority. Diversity agendas, affirmative action. The only laws on the books favor non-white people. And oh my God, we're still oppressive and evil. I myself am a victim of the diversity agenda. All right. Not only with my screenplay, but I tried to apply for a coffee shop. I trained there, I trained there for a week. I did not get the job. It was fine. I moved on, all right, but I went back the next week and I saw who did get the job. It was a 300-pound transgender individual with about a dozen facial piercings. And it was, do whatever you want, but it was goddamn creepy watching, this thing prance around the coffee shop, serving the espressos, and it was very, surprising to the people who were sitting there just trying to read their paper, and they had to look up and see that monstrosity in front of them. And, oh my God! It's first thing in the morning. Fuck! Your espressos, overflowing over the goddamn apron. Prancing around, dude. And I saw that individual. I was like, that's what they were looking for. How the fuck am I supposed to compete with that kind of diversity hurricane, dude? That is a Category 5 tornado of diversity. I would have had to get myself, surgically attached to a set of horse legs and come clip-clopping in that motherfucker and be like, my name is Nick Jordan. I identify as a centaur. Nick, you didn't know? We already have a centaur. He's the pastry chef. You didn't notice? He's got the horse legs and everything. You're late. Fuck. Bradley Murray says Nick's the biggest victim of black crime. It's very true. It's very true. Skeezer says those horse legs still thicker than yours. Dude, well, horse legs are very thick, all right? But we hate horses here on the Outrage Cast. We're not fans of horses. Horses are goddamn assholes, in my opinion. I would eat a horse burger if it was presented to me. It's very high in protein. I have no emotional attachment to the horses. Fuck them. The only time I've rode a horse, all right, he was very goddamn narcissistic and taking his own time and eating the grass and going off the trail while my parents went up ahead with the guide. And then we came out of the trail into the clearing, and then my horse saw the horses up a mile ahead and took the fuck off. You know, I was like 9 years old, dude, in the sweltering heat of Oklahoma, and thought I was gonna die. On the back of this goddamn horse going full clip, dude. Fuck a horse. Bradley Murray says, I like horse meat. Oh, dude. He likes that horse meat, dude. That's part of it's part of a balanced breakfast there in Britain. Owen James says horses are smart. They know when to be worried about the guy on top of them. Oh, yeah, dude. David says, Nick, have you ever read Dave McGowan's Laurel Canyon book? No, but I think I have looked up some YouTube interviews with him in it. A lot of the goddamn communist subversion happening in the 60s counterculture movement. All right, very interesting shit. A lot of it happening. It's very interesting. All right, Laurel Canyon is right up the goddamn road. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see how this, impeachment debacle goes. All right, as far as I see it, this is what's happening. All right, it's the boomerang effect. Nancy Pelosi is very excited. They launched the impeachment thing, and little do they know, it's all gonna come boomeranging back. Oh my God. Oh, you thought you launched the watermelon there? Very excited. We launched the impeachment proceedings, and oh my God. Wait, what happened with Joe Biden? What, his son's a cokehead. They were investigating corruption, and then Joe Biden had the prosecutor fired. No. So pow, dude, right back in your face. Oh my God, isn't it so sad, dude? They keep stepping on the rake that Trump lays out for them. Bradley Murray might have been on something. All right, when, he said that Trump called in, the anonymous tip there just to expose the goddamn criminality of Joe Biden. It's very possible. All right, but they've clearly, they've overstepped their bounds, and it's very pathetic, and it's very hilarious at the same goddamn time, dude. We're just kicking back and enjoying it on the deck of the Outrage battleship, dude. And I think I gotta wind it down for tonight. I love the goddamn Outrage crew, And Alan James says Nick doesn't need to read books. He reads YouTube comments, which are way more educational. Oh, dude. I've absorbed all the arguments. I'm very well read. I'm well read up to the teeth. I got an extensive library. I'm overflowing with arguments. And Don Morgan is very jealous. He can't understand rudimentary statistics, and it's very sad, and he gets leg dropped on the Outrage battleship, and it's fine. Then we make him walk the plank every night. And he enjoys it. All right, because it's the victimhood mentality. That's why he keeps tuning in. and because he's a credit card scammer and a dog rapist. All right, he feels very guilty, and he likes coming on and getting trashed by the Outrage crew, all right, because it puts him in his proper place, you know, face down in the gutter, where he feels most comfortable. But yeah, we're going to get some sleep here in the Outrage Studios. I love all you bad motherfuckers. Hit that like button if you like it. PayPal.me/Outrage TV if you want to contribute to the Western Civilization Defense Fund. I just posted up a bunch of the podcast audio. I just uploaded a bunch of them. All right, share that clip out. All right, I'm gonna be clipping out more shit. I just posted some shit on Instagram, Nick Jordan himself, and on Twitter, I am Nick Jordan. I just posted out some clips. I posted out the Greta Lundgren response I did to the climate propaganda horse shit, and people seem to be liking it. I like those short little under 10-minute clips we can share out there on one topic, and we can get it going viral. We can get the stream growing. We can, get the deck of the Outrage battleship swelling on top of the goddamn tsunami of the cultural Marxism, dude. They want to take us down, but they shall lift our boat as we make fun of them, dude. It's a good goddamn time every night, dude. The Outrage crew knows what the fuck it is. I love you bad motherfuckers. Hopefully Don Morgan one of these days will grow a sack, alright, and he'll call into the stream, but I'm not holding my breath. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your night, Outrage crew. Peace the fuck out, baby.